Hi, my name is Robert and I am the lead keeper of birds and terrestrial invertebrates here at your Toronto Zoo. Today is a very exciting day where we'll be bringing you behind the scenes and showing you a glimpse into the Toronto Zoo's Eastern Loggerhead Shrike Conservation Program, where we breed and release individuals back into the wild. We'll be highlighting some really important processes in this process when it comes to nest checks, as well as what we do when it comes to processing the fledglings prior to their release. So come join us for a fun-filled adventure. Let's go! But let's talk about what an Eastern Loggerhead Shrike is. Loggerhead Shrikes mainly live in the southern US and Mexico, but one population of Shrikes fly north to Ontario for the summer where they breed and raise their young. Shrikes are smaller than robins, but they act more like birds of prey. The way that they feed gives them their name, butcherbirds. Shrikes mainly feed on large insects and mice, but what they do after they catch the prey is pretty cool. Shrikes live in scrubland habitats where there are many different types of thorny plants. Because they don't have talons like hawks or eagles to grip their prey, they will spear their prey onto one of these thorns and use it like a fork to eat off of. And I think that's pretty smart, isn't it? This here right now is the part of the zoo where we house our Shrikes, and what you see here are our outdoor breeding field enclosures where we pair up our Shrikes to breed and raise their offspring during the summertime. The hope is that these outdoor enclosures there would be minimal disturbance and allow for a higher success rate for breeding and hatching of their young. As the season goes on and birds start laying eggs, we will perform nest checks every week to ensure that the eggs are developing well and for when they hatch too. African Lion Safari is leading a research project in partnership with the Toronto Zoo that uses thermal imaging to help determine if eggs have baby birds in them. These pictures are taken every week with a camera that detects heat to measure the temperature of the eggs. Once a mother bird has laid all her eggs, she must keep them warm by sitting on them so her babies can grow. When we look at these pictures, we can detect early signs of a baby bird and see how well the parents are keeping the eggs warm. This research helps animal care staff predict which eggs are likely to hatch and ensures that both eggs and parents are receiving the care that they need. The best part? We can take these pictures with minimal disturbance to these birds, and field biologists will be able to use this information to study birds in the wild too. Working in collaboration with Wildlife Preservation Canada, who leads the Eastern Loggerhead Shrike Conservation Breeding and Release Program, when the Shrikes reach around 40 days of age, we will process them to ensure that they are ready to be moved to their pre-release sites, and this includes getting a leg band on them. It allows us to have the ability to identify the birds, which is important as it allows us to track the individuals who do end up returning for the next season post-release. We also do a health workup on them, which includes looking at their overall health and providing any shots and boosters, such as a dewormer or boosters for the West Nile virus. Lastly, we also make sure we get some blood from them so that we are able to sex the birds. This is important because based on their sex, this will determine whether they are kept in the breeding population or released back into the wild. The reason that the zoo runs a breeding program for Eastern Loggerhead Shrikes is because they are listed as an endangered species in Ontario. Again, Shrikes live in scrubland habitat, and much of the scrubland in Ontario has been converted to agricultural fields or has been replaced by forests. Because of this, Loggerhead Shrikes are no longer found throughout southern Ontario. Only 18 breeding pairs are believed to be in Ontario at just 2 sites in Carden and Napanee. One of the main reasons the current wild population of these Shrikes have remained stable is thanks to the captive breeding and release programs that have been established. We have been breeding Shrikes here at the Toronto Zoo since 1997 and released our first zoo hatched bird into the wild in 2001. Since then, we have released over 250 Shrikes into the wild. This year has been a successful breeding season with us releasing 9 individuals back into the wild. Well, I hope you guys had a great time and learned something about the Eastern Loggerhead Shrike and the conservation programs here at the Toronto Zoo. If you want to find out more, be sure to visit the Toronto Zoo website and check out more.